Hey, this is Jason McLean, author and illustrator of Metroplex Monsters, and you're listening to Bigfoot Club Podcast.
Hey guys, please go to our website at www.bigfootclubpodcast.com. Check out our merch and all episodes. Also, please look for our social media at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Bigfoot Club 1. That's Bigfoot Club number 1. Also, check out Matt Knapp's Bigfoot Crossroads on YouTube.
Hey everybody, Robert Jesse Dominguez, Bigfoot Club. I'm here with
Me.
you, Steven.
Yeah, Steven.
Big Boy Jones, 2029.
Yes.
Hey, I forgot to say, this is episode 19.
Is it really?
Episode 19.
Okay.
So, we have a special guest today, Cassandra. Cassandra, say hello.
Hello.
So, you're actually in studio with us. So, how excited are you about that?
I'm glad I was able to be here. Glad I was able to work it out to be here.
So, I felt really bad because Blair told me that you drove all the way here just to do the show, and I go,
oh, no.
No. I felt bad.
Part of the reason.
Okay.
But not just to do the show.
Okay, all right. I feel better.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that's what she said. I go, okay, well, she's probably drinking, but
Yeah. Blair did say, she goes, so Cassandra's coming for the show. And she said it just like that.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
no.
that's the reason why she's coming over here. So she's going to be here Sunday. So y'all doing it Friday night because we usually do it Friday night.
Yeah, we did it on Friday night.
She's like, you're gonna have to do it Sunday because she's here. That's the reason why she kept throwing it in there. I was like,
Golly.
Blair, okay,
she's like your agent or something.
She's aggressive.
very aggressive.
After tipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
We might call this episode "Pick on Blair."
I know.
No, we said we wouldn't do that.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, before she left with the kids.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Dang it.
I don't remember doing a pinky promise, but
Yeah, I don't either. Did you feel threatened? Is that because that's okay? Because
No.
she was all like with the Jack Daniels bottle.
okay. So, I was gonna ask you because I think you started listening to the podcast, right? So,
Yeah.
have you listened to every podcast?
Not yet.
What about episode 1, season 4?
Title's called 7 Minutes.
7 minutes.
Oh, no, I haven't. I can't get through it.
You can't.
I mean, okay, I've started it multiple times. I've listened to like bits and pieces, but I can't get through it because, well, like I know you,
Right.
for one,
Yeah.
outside of the podcast, and like I remember like my sister would call me and like tell me things. It's gonna make me emotional,
Sorry. I'm sorry.
but I can't.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. It was pretty. Number one, I'll just say this: it was pretty tough to go through. It's pretty tough to talk about it. But because like Steven and I were debating whether we should do that show or not,
Yeah.
and at first you didn't want to do it, right?
I wasn't ready to do it, but I a lot of people were all, I think, messaging you saying like, "Hey, what's going on with the podcast?" The only person I knew was Cassandra, and like some really close friends and
Like
all that.
Earl the Pearl knew,
Earl knew,
Matt knew.
Matt knew, but yeah, I was just like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it and get it over with.
Because I just felt like if I could just reach one person that could help them out, I just figured it was worth it. And I said, well, let's just get it out of the way. So let's just do it. And Juan was supposed to do it with us. And he said, fuck that, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not surprised. Okay, I think I maybe can say it now. So what was hard for me is like whenever, Blair was going through like when you were in the hospital and all that stuff, like she would call me and she would be upset and she would be crying and I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry, that sucks. I
Yeah,
can't help
because you can't do anything. You felt helpless,
Yeah,
and she felt helpless because she couldn't help me.
Right. but
So
that's just life.
yeah, it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But our sole purpose of you being on this show was not to make you cry.
I know.
I see your eyes watering. I'm sorry. But if you can't listen to the episode, you don't have to.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to ask you that. So.
Yeah. No. So our purpose was to not make you cry. We're sorry. Do you want a drink?
I have water.
Do you want a gummy? Because I took half of one. You can have the other half.
But I did want to say thank you for supporting the show. I know we constantly give you shout outs on the show all the time. So
they're like, oh, they're talking about me.
Yeah, and they're like, who's Cassandra? It's like, Blair's sister.
So I know you and I were talking off show. We were messaging like each other off show, and you were kind of telling me, and I don't know if you want to go how far you want to go deep into it, but you were saying that you had some incidents recently. Did you want to talk about that, or
which one? I mean, I don't care. We can talk about both of them.
Whenever you went to, I think it was St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
So you wanna talk about that, or?
Yeah. So in St. Louis, that's where my mother-in-law lives, and I went to visit her, and we went to one of her friends' houses, and it was like a super old mansion.
Yeah.
I mean,
still nice though.
Can
right?
you say the neighborhood or the city or at all?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Like a certain street, or no? You don't.
Like downtown St. Louis.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know which street it was or anything like that, but we went there to like pick up boxes of clothes, right? So I was totally caught off guard. They kept mentioning the kids upstairs, and I was like, okay. So by the, like, I don't know, 6th or 7th time they're talking about the kids upstairs, I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? Like, I have not heard any other kids.
Yeah.
Pretty sure your kids are grown. Like, can you please explain to me what you're talking about? And she's like, some little kids died of whooping cough, and they live on the top floor. I was like, what? And then I just like leave it alone, and I think they mentioned it one more time. I was like, have any like human children been upstairs where the kids upstairs are? And she was like, no, I don't think so. Not since we've lived here, at least. And so I went up there, and my mother-in-law went with me, and my son went with me. And sure enough, there's little kids up there.
No, you didn't see them.
I did not see them, but... And I don't know that Hayes saw them, but he, like, knew they were there.
Mm-hmm. Hayes is your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is he?
4. No, 3.
3? Well,
almost 4.
He's about
almost 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have, like, this wet bar, I think it's called, because it has a sink up there, and they have all these, like, drawers, and the drawers would, like, fall open. And I was like, that's weird. My mother-in-law was like, oh, that's the kids, right?
Yeah.
So I went and looked at the drawer. I, like, pushed it closed, turned around, came back open. And then I, like, looked at it again. There's, like, those child drawer lock things in there. And I'm like, okay, this is really happening. This is really happening. And, I mean, we played the game with them for a while. Shutting the drawers. Right. Turn around, they're back open. Shut the drawers, turn around, they're back open.
Now, when you turned around, like, did you walk out of the room, or did you just turn around? Just completely turn your back to it? Oh, wow.
Then they were open.
Could you hear it, like, rustle open at all, or just...
I have hearing loss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you just timed it and, like, okay, I'm turning around, and then it's open?
Right.
Wow, that's a little weird.
It was pretty trippy.
Yeah.
And Hayes, the whole time, he's just, like, cracking up. He thinks it's the funniest thing ever. And he's like, those silly little kids. And
now, did you tell him about, like, there were kids up there?
No, he didn't really. Well, he kind of, like, he heard the conversation.
Oh, he heard the conversation?
We weren't, like, speaking not around him or anything. So he heard the conversation. He knew, like, we were going up there to see if they were going to, like, play with us or not. And then the other thing that was crazy was there's a full bathroom on the top level, and I went in there because I was mostly just like looking at this house because it's like super old,
right?
And like it's really nice. And so we walk into the bathroom, and I was like, oh, this cool bathroom, blah blah blah. Shut off the lights, and then I heard like the shower curtain, that metal on metal sound of the shower curtain ripping.
Right.
I was like, oh. And I looked at my mother-in-law, I'm like, did you hear that? And she was like, yeah. Like, that's what they do. They always do that. So I, like, go back in, turn the light on, smooth out the shower curtain, pull it all close.
Yeah.
And then, like, every time I would, like, smooth it down, step away, there'd be, like, a little bubble in the shower curtain where, like, a body's hiding behind it, but there's no body there. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't know. I can't help but think if I was in that situation, I'd still be creeped out. Like,
No, not at all. It didn't scare me.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
they prepared me. They told me they were up there. You know, I took it on my own accord to go up there. Mm-hmm. And you know, like if my son hadn't have been with me, I might have tried like some other things, like to try to communicate with him. Oh, and I ordered that spirit box.
Yeah.
So the next time, I told the lady, I was like, I'm going to order a spirit box, and the next time I come, I'm going to try to, like, talk to him, but I don't want my kid with me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you had, like, a digital recorder, if you would have picked up anything, like any kind of conversations at all up there at all. So it'd be kind of...
No, I think they were, like sneaking around, you know, and you know how kids do.
Yeah.
Like sneak around.
It'd be cool to have a full body apparition, though. I'm pretty sure that would happen. They just gotta
that's
time it right
or be comfortable enough. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, because it seemed like they were all the stuff that you're explaining sounded like they were pretty curious about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So the upstairs, the top floor, it's like a bedroom, a bathroom, a living room, a dining room, the wet bar. It's like a full house on the top level, and then it walks out to a patio.
How many floors was that?
That was the third floor, but then there's a big basement the size of the house.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're talking about like a really nice old home.
I think once we get off show, I'd like, you know, whenever you have an opportunity, if we could get the address so we could, like, look it up and see, like, the history.
That's another thing I meant to tell you. She told me she looked it up, like, who lived there,
the history and stuff,
died there.
Yeah. Because
they didn't put it in the, like, closing stuff, and they should have. When someone dies in a home, you're supposed to, like, say someone died in this house.
Right.
Whether it was 100 years ago or last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that. So after they figured out there were, you know, like spirits living in the house still, they looked. She started doing research and she figured out.
I wonder how many kids are up there.
I think it's 2.
2? Okay.
It's two kids that both died of whooping cough, if I'm not mistaken, is what she told me.
Was this like turn of the century or the 1900s or something?
Well, she said the house was like over 100 years old.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know.
That basement, though. Ooh.
The basement, no, the basement's cool.
You went down there?
Yeah, I like walked around the whole house. The house is amazing. I mean, I would love to live in a house like that, just on like 500 acres.
Now,
not in the middle of the city.
Did you ever feel like the hair sticking up in the back, or felt like you were being washed or anything like that? You were just chill the whole time?
Yeah.
You've always been comfortable with stuff like that, though, right?
I mean, it doesn't freak me out.
Right. Because like we were saying off show that you've had it since you were little, right?
Oh yeah.
So how far back do you recall that you had these?
Well,
you remember your first incident? Better question.
So the duplex.
That's what I was thinking.
The duplex that basically I lived in the majority of my life. My mom swears up and down the place is haunted, right? Not a good spirit haunted. And whenever we first moved into that place, my stepdad found like a cleaver, like a homemade cleaver looking thing.
Like in the wall or something?
Like in the attic, in the insulation. Kind of sketchy, you know?
Hidden away or something?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know, like, what my first incident there would be. Because I'm pretty sure, like, my stepbrother swears up and down there was an alien at that house one time. I don't remember that. I don't recall that. But I know, like, I've never been a good sleeper. Like, I have to be super tired, and then I'll sleep, and then when I wake up, I'm up. That's just how my body works. But I remember waking up in the middle of the night and just, like, laying in the bunk bed, but I would see, like, shadows.
Okay.
You know, but I'd always be like, I'm not moving. you're not here. This is not real. You know, like, but I don't know, like, after the last time I lived there, right before we bought our new house that we live in now, like, I don't ever remember, like, feeling that way. But my mom dated this guy who claimed to be, like, a shaman. He was Native American. He, like, saged it a bunch of times.
What did he say about it?
Oh, it was haunted.
Okay.
There also was this necklace that I got from a garage sale. And I hung it in the garage, and I swear bad things happened for a long time until we threw that necklace away.
Was it metal? Was it stone?
It was metal and turquoise.
Okay.
It was kind of a creepy necklace. I don't remember exactly what it looked like.
Was it for you, or was it...
I bought it at a garage sale, and then I hung it in the garage.
So you never wore it?
No.
Okay. So what type of things happen?
Like, just things breaking, break-ins, just down on your luck kind of thing.
Okay.
But after it was gone, after that necklace was gone, bad stuff quit happening.
Yeah.
But you never saw anything other than the shadows
At that house, no.
or heard anything, like talking.
It was a duplex, so you could hear the people next door.
Next door, yeah.
And also, it was like in the middle of the city. You could literally throw a rock at your neighbor's house.
That's tough, because I know I always get like people that want to investigate like an apartment or duplex, and those are really hard to do. It's hard to get audio,
right?
And then you can only like lean on video. And so stuff like that's just really, really hard. But it's hard to discern between someone talking or like someone walking down the street or I don't know, something like that. So
I mean, if someone was walking down the street in that house, like dribbling a basketball, you would hear it inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
And it was a brick house, you know. It was solid.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there a couple times, but I never felt anything bad there other than the cats.
But like I'm saying, since that guy, that boyfriend guy, he saged it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's good.
That is good.
You know, I didn't say this. I didn't tell you this, but I talked to Steven about this. I went to Phoenix last weekend to go visit my girlfriend, and I had just bought a night vision camera, and I took it there and I told her, I said, hey, I want to test it, and she goes, okay, and she lives like out like in a desert.
Nice.
And it's like the desert area right next to her neighborhood was owned by Native Americans. And so she says, let's just walk out there. Like it's like 7 blocks, and we'll walk out there and we'll test it. So we went out there and tested it, and I was using it. I was just like, I had an EMF detector and I had the night vision. We're walking, and then she did this thing like there's a fly in front of her, like a bee, but it was like really dark. You couldn't really see in front of your hand, and I go, I could see her through the little night vision camera. I go, what's up? And she goes, something was in my face. I go, was it a bee? And she goes, no, something. And then the EMF detector went off like really quick, and it stopped. And then we started walking back, and as soon as we got to the entrance to the neighborhood, the EMF detector went off because like 2 milligauss is a lot on the EMF detector. This was pegging at 17. And it wouldn't stop. We walked 7 blocks back to her house, and it was continuous, just going off. And we walked to her front door, and she goes, Rob, I don't want that shit in my house. So I go, okay. So I picked up the phone and I called Scott Perry. He's our on Pentex. He's our witch warlock. And so I called him, told him what's going on. He says, okay, let me prepare something. So he says, you might feel something. So he started doing this chant like in Latin and stuff. And then Elaine started feeling like something all over her body. And then, he continued like keep on doing the chant for like 2 more minutes, and then the EMF stopped. And it stopped, and then he says, whatever was out there, I go, this was bad, but it wasn't the biggest and the baddest thing out there. So he says, but you should be okay. And I go, okay, sweet. So it stopped, and we went inside the house, and I go, I'm not pulling this stuff out anymore. Just get out anymore. So,
yeah.
Right.
So, but I had that. I wanted you to, I hadn't had a chance to tell anybody. I think I just told Steven, and that's pretty creepy, and this weird thing that happened to us, so.
Yeah, that is. he said it wasn't the
would
baddest.
Probably freak me out.
Yeah,
he said it wasn't the biggest, baddest that was out there.
it was bad.
Because I think he could like do that. What's it called? Remote viewing.
Remote feeling of
Yeah,
it.
he was doing that, so it was just kind of neat. So
that 17 milligrams is a lot, though.
yeah, it was. It was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, when you were telling me that, I was like, that is high. So I don't. That whatever it was curious, and that was carrying a lot of energy. That's way too much energy to be.
Yeah,
because
I've never had that much energy follow me for that long. Because like we were like in the middle of the street. There was like I didn't see because like Phoenix is weird because they don't have not like those lights like on streets. They don't have any of that.
Right.
It's just dark, and you just have like your neighborhood like front door light, and that's it. So it's just kind of weird. But anyway,
yeah.
So what else kind of paranormal stuff? And did you say you had like a UFO deal too?
Oh yeah. So where we live, it's like in the country. There's not a lot of light pollution.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like at a friend's house. They grilled some food. I got there kind of late because I worked late. They grilled some food. They were all outside hanging out. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you see those lights?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's probably a UFO," you know? Like
just
nonchalant.
joking with
I
it.
was being serious.
Oh, okay.
I was being serious. I'm like, "Oh, it's probably a UFO." You know, I'm thinking in my head, like, no big deal. The government's already said they're real.
Yeah.
You know, and they start looking at it and they're like, that's weird, you know, like that has to be a UFO. And I'm like, well, if you guys think it's a UFO and it's so weird, like, record it. You know what I'm saying? Like, record it so you have proof so people will believe you.
So they pulled out their phones?
Yeah, they started recording. On Facebook, there's videos. I could show it to you.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out how to send it to you, though, on Facebook. But the guy who owns the house, I don't know if they want me to say their name, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, just even if you did, I'd edit it out. Anyway,
right.
So.
Yeah.
The guy that owns the house, he, like, went inside and got a flashlight and was, like, trying to, you know, communicate with them.
Yeah.
SOS or something.
Yeah, and, like, then they started, like, zooming around, like, fast in the sky, like back and forth.
Wow.
And then the wife was like, "Stop it right now! Like, stop! Like, quit doing that!" You know. Then, like, literally everyone was freaking out. Even Jesse was freaking out, and he was like, let's go home. If I'm gonna die today, I want to die in my own house, in my own bed."
Yeah.
You know, like.
I don't know what to think about something like that because, like, if I saw like a UFO and I saw it. And I don't know if I driving home wouldn't help. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I don't think...
it's going to follow us. It's going to follow you. So, I mean, I don't know.
If it's zooming around fast, like, in the sky like that, it's going to get to your house where you're going to be at, and no problem. But that is creepy. I remember you told me that, too, and I was like, holy crap.
How long ago was that?
Like a couple months ago, right?
I want to say when it was still cold outside because people were wearing hoodies.
Like February, March,
But honestly, where we live, like, it can be hot, scorching hot like it is here today. And then at night, like, if you're outside doing something, you want to, like, put a jacket on.
Wow.
So...
That's weird.
I mean, it's, like, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's true.
And... Well, actually, their place isn't. But, like, ours is by, like, where we live, we're in the Lake Thunderbird, you know, water runoff.
Yeah.
So, like, we have different, you know, things that we have to abide by when it comes to, like, our septic and well and all of that, just because the lake is right there.
Uh-huh.
And it's people's drinking water and stuff, but...
So, what about, I was going to ask, what's your thoughts on Bigfoot stuff? So,
Well, I mean, I've never seen Bigfoot, but...
you know, what do you think it is, though?
I don't know.
You've never seen Bigfoot, but you never heard anything out in the woods or anything?
Because you live in a rural area, right?
I do live in a rural area, and if I was Bigfoot, I'd live in my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Well, we have deer and water and food. I grow food.
Yeah, because if
chickens,
that's all they need is like water and game, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So if they're there, I mean, because I'm curious, because like some people are like magnets to it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you this.
What?
Okay, so the dude that owned the house where the UFOs were, he was telling me a story. His they're basically all of our friends are military, but they're from Texas, right? So like his family owns land out here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I think by Houston.
Okay.
Actually, I do know where it's at. It starts with a P. Palisade?
Okay.
Yeah. So there, his mom swears there's Bigfoot. Like, swears by it. There's this old, like, trailer house. Like, nobody lives in it. Old, abandoned trailer house. And I guess she said that there's, like, 8-foot tall body, like, ran through the trailer house stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
While nobody was there, it just ran through it, tore it up.
I can't remember the whole story because I was kind of distracted. You know, I have small children that need my attention constantly.
Yeah, right.
But I can't. Maybe somebody was there. I'm not sure what the situation was, but I mean, they have really no reason to go in that. Maybe that. Actually, I think somebody might have been hunting out of it. Okay. Because they all hunt and fish like we do.
Right.
So
I've heard multiple stories of people like buying land and then they're going to build on that land and then they put a trailer there just to like watch like the progress, and Bigfoots were go by and just slap the trailer in the middle of the night, like just constantly. I had this one lady, I think it was in, I want to say it was in Oklahoma. I was east of Tulsa. I want to say it's Rogers County. And she reached out to me and told me, goes, hey, I bought some land. I put a trailer out here. Something's slapping it. And I go, okay, well, I can be out there in 2 days if that's okay. And then she told her husband. Her husband got wind of it, and he didn't want us to go out there after that. He got embarrassed or something. I don't know. But I've heard like multiple stories. And even like on These Woods Are Haunted, there's a section on there where there's Bigfoot's like banging on houses and cabins and stuff like that. So just kind of weird. So, but anyway,
how can the person tell it's slapping?
I don't know. That's actually a good question.
Like did they see it? Like, did they see it just go bam?
No, they didn't. They just like assumed. I guess they just assumed because like
for all you know, they could be like kicking it, or
they could be, or just like throwing their shoulder into it.
Or, throwing their shoulder or throwing rocks at it.
I don't know, because I know John Doe, when he told us our story about Longview, he said that when he went out there to go talk to his brother-in-law, that the trailer had holes in it, like he thought someone was shooting a shotgun. But it turned out it was a punch. Yeah. He told John Doe, his brother-in-law told John Doe that the critter was punching the trailer.
That's scary.
It is scary.
That actually just reminds me of Legend of Boggy Creek when they busted the window.
Yeah, that one always got me every time. So I think I saw that with movie theaters, and then when it happened, I ducked under the front seat to hide.
You weren't tilted back on the leather seats or anything?
No.
They didn't have that back then?
No.
They didn't? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I could have sworn they had that for a long time.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things that, I mean, I'd like to, if it's possible, and you can ask them if they want to come on the show. If they say no, it's fine. But if you could, or you can give me their information. So, because I'm interested, because like I think a lot of times a lot of people get embarrassed and they get scared, and like because like sometimes I'm able to help them if I give them certain techniques to do,
right? And
then it could help them, and so because I know I've helped a lot of people that just because like a lot of people just don't want to see it. They don't want it there. They don't know why they're there, and I tried to explain it to them, but
another client of mine was telling me that where her in-laws live, It's in Oklahoma, but it's like really close to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they might grocery shop in Texas, kind of thing.
That's pretty close.
Like their what?
That's pretty close,
right? But their like address is Oklahoma. She was saying that her in-laws all the time are like, "Oh yeah, there's Bigfoot out here."
Yeah,
you know,
well,
like,
I believe that
it lives out here. You know, and the mom or whatever of the lady, I don't. It's hard not to say names.
Yeah, it is. But if you do, I can just edit it out. I can just take it out.
The lady that lives out on the property, she's always like, you know, like I don't go out when it's dark. I know not to mess with it. Like we have an understanding, whatever it is, Bigfoot, whatever it is. Yeah, they have an understanding.
I talked to this one dude that he would like hunt like deer or squirrels or whatever, and he would leave something out for the Bigfoot.
Right.
So it would they would have an understanding.
These people, they have chickens, they have cows, they have everything.
Yay. I was gonna say, do you know? Because I saw this on TikTok. There's I don't know if it's a certain tribe, but there's like Native Americans. It was a Native American saying that do not, whether you're outside or inside your home, do not whistle. If you whistle, they say if you whistle, they will come to you, and they never say what it is. It could be an evil entity, it could be a Bigfoot, but they said you do not want to whistle. And
I'm curious to know what Native American group said that.
I don't know. I have to look up the TikTok video, but it was like a joke, like, you know, as a Native American guy, and he's like whistling, and he's like, and he realizes it's night, and then he sees like a shadow, like run, and he's all like, and then there's another guy that stitched it. He comes in, he goes, I cannot express if you're trying to be funny on this, but do not whistle. Whether you're inside your house or outside, do not whistle. Like, he's like, it's like a fear warning.
I almost want to think that if you're on or close to Native American land, to don't do that. Yeah. So if you're not on Native American land, because like I know I've talked to a lot of Choctaw elders and Caddo elders, and they, you know, because I'm not Native American, they don't tell me all their secrets and stuff, and so because they just don't want non-Native American people there. But I think what you're talking about is probably if you're on Native American land or if you live close to Native American land. So,
I don't know if you heard that, Cassandra. There was like a TikTok video I saw of I don't know which tribe it is, but it's Native American, and then they're saying like, you know, do not whistle at night, whether you're outside or inside your house, because they will come for you.
Who will come for you?
They don't explain it. They just say
they're not specific. Yeah.
It could be like an evil entity. It could be a Bigfoot. It could be something, a skinwalker. But they're like saying like, do not ever like whistle at night. I think it says past 9 p.m.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
And then you're all like thinking like, man, have I ever whistled at night? And now I'm like, I don't want to now.
you know, because like I read a lot of Jane. What's her name? Jane Goodall, Diane Fossey, the lady that does all the gorilla stuff, the gorilla, you know, Gorillas in the Mist and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so she always says that when she's with these gorillas that she would do that because it means that they're content and they're happy. So anytime I was out in the field, I would do that. I would walk in the field, especially if I felt a Bigfoot was by, I would do that. I would go... I would do it constantly, and people would ask me, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nothing." I'm not doing nothing.
I knew what that meant. Like if I heard you do that, I was like, "Okay, we're not being scared. We're not being."
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Does it scare you though, Steven?
Whenever I was a kid, yes, it terrified me until I had like a awakening from Luke.
Yeah.
Luke just said, "You're not scared." I'm all like, "Yes, I am. I'm terrified." He's like, "No, it's adrenaline."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's like, it's all adrenaline. If you can control adrenaline.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't control fear, but you can control adrenaline. Just ride it. Just.
Yeah.
Kind of like being a mom. Your kid busts their head open. Everything goes into slow mo. You're like,
yeah.
How am I going to fix this situation?
Yeah.
kind of like when Sebastian busted his head open.
Yeah.
But
you guys were tripping.
I was all like, no, I was just like, I grabbed the pillowcase and I put it on his head. I go, I go, Blair, come here. And then that's whenever it's a white pillowcase, so he's going to see the blood go through. And I was all like, crap. He's like, and then that's whenever he started freaking out, and then Blair was freaking out.
I think I had just logged into the camera when that happened.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you already knew that we were going to call you. Like,
I had to go put my shoes on. Okay. I'm going to the boys.
You got here quick. You got here like at 15 minutes. Yeah. Not even that.
I hauled ass.
Yeah. But yeah, that was funny.
I mean, it was funny now. It wasn't funny then.
Funny then. No.
I'm pretty sure she like called me like, well, I don't know. I can't remember. That was so long
I'm
ago.
2 bottles in of whiskey. No.
Yeah. What do I do? Yeah. You know, like, oh, well, can you stop the bleeding? No, we'll take him to the hospital.
Like Cassandra, it was like it was spewing out.
But
it's going to be that because it's like it's the head.
But so. in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, like, but I didn't. To me, I didn't freak out. I grabbed the pillow sheet, I ripped it off the pillow, and I put it on his head. But he knew something was wrong.
Oh yeah,
you know, and then he felt the warmness of the blood, and then he started freaking out. I was like, God dang it!
But honestly, though, like if you guys hadn't been here and it was like Robert dealing with the situation or me, he probably wouldn't have freaked out as much.
Probably not.
It's just because they feel comfortable around you guys.
Yeah.
You're the parents.
But I was just I think whenever I said Blair, come here, like I think he was already like something's wrong.
Yeah,
something's wrong.
I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
yeah, it was. But I keep telling him, I go, this is why you need to pick up your toys.
Yeah.
If you leave your toys on the floor and if you fall off the bed, it's not a big deal. It's just carpet.
Right.
But if you fall on a toy,
a mini. It was a mini,
right?
Mini,
yeah. I think it was Wolverine or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, he did his job.
Yeah, he did his job. Yeah. It's sharp. Yeah.
I had a client one time. Her kid fell off the top of a bunk bed and cut his head on a Lego.
Yep, I believe that.
Teeny tiny Lego.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This.
I took the stitches out at the salon.
Nice.
For her, so she didn't have to go back to the doctor.
Dr. Cassandra.
Yeah.
For real, though.
I'm going to start calling you that.
Yeah, just wait.
But whenever Sebastian took off the staples, though, he was like he did those faces.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
He was Steven's cringing in case people can't see. So.
Yeah. He was just doing that face. But back to the whole whistling thing. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a certain tribe.
Yeah.
I'm a little creeped out by it. I'm like, no.
I know it's not Caddo. I know it's not Choctaw because I've talked to them extensively on Bigfoot and stuff like that. I don't remember them.
Well, like I said, it probably is not a Bigfoot. It's probably like an evil entity.
Yeah.
That they believe will come to you if you whistle.
They have tons of lore.
I have native clients. I could ask.
Okay.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
They'll probably stop and look at you like, where did you hear that?
No, I've asked him before, and I'm like, do you believe in Bigfoot? He's like, oh yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, have you seen one? He's like, well, no. I'm like, but you believe in it? He's like, yeah.
It's part of their culture.
Like, okay, well.
It's just like the boogeyman,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kukui. Yeah. Or what does Blair call it? Comal.
The Kamal.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. She calls the comal kukui.
Yeah.
She goes, pull out the kukui and heat up some tortillas.
What are you talking about?
What? I am pulling kukui out of nowhere.
Sorry, you guys.
We weren't supposed to make fun of Blair, but it's kind of.
I have more fluent.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah,
we still love her.
Yes.
So what would I keep thinking? I go, Cassandra. She's going to be that person that if she were to see a Bigfoot, she'll be like, "Oh, come here! I want you to be on the Bigfoot Club podcast." And Bigfoot's like, "What?" Takes off running, and then Cassandra's just running barefooted to go catch a Bigfoot.
Right.
You need to be on their podcast now.
Just for the record, I've never seen one either. I haven't seen one. I've been close a couple times, but he just doesn't want to come out whenever I'm there. And I know.
Oh, but your friend.
Which one?
The one that you go on his show.
Matt.
Yes. He was talking about, or he talked to someone about the Stinchcombe Wildlife Refuge.
Yes.
I'm like, I have been in there so many times. So many times.
There's tons of stories in there.
Dude, that place is wicked crazy.
So how many times you've actually camped there? Or?
I've never. Okay, I don't think you can camp there.
Okay. Because it's close to the city, right?
Oh yeah, it's in the city.
Okay.
So where I went to high school, it's right next to Lake Overholser, right? Mm-hmm. And Lake Overholser kind of like drains its water into this like wildlife refuge place.
Okay.
And I have been fishing over there. We've like, I know this is terrible, but somebody like killed someone and like hid the body out there.
Right.
Whoa,
right.
Whoa.
So we thought it was a good idea to like go see if we could find like
Stand by me. Yeah.
And just like there was like this homeless camp
Mm-hmm.
setup thing out there, and one day of just like walking around out there, we kind of like came across it, like, oh, like turn around and left, like didn't mean to find that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been over there for a lot of different reasons. And then also, like, growing up, I played softball, and the fields where we played softball kind of touches the edge of that wildlife refuge.
Wow. I mean, because, like, you were close to Bigfoot stuff, you didn't even know it.
Oh, yeah.
So...
But whenever I was a kid, I was always like, oh, Loch Ness Monster, it's real. Bigfoot, totally real. UFO's real. You know, I've always been like, prove to me it's not real. Show me it's not real.
So how come Blair's not like that?
Because she's just different.
She's
not.
Okay, that's putting it very nicely.
I'll say that she's not as open as you are.
No, not at all.
So yeah.
Okay, so I can just like, I don't know. She was babied. She was the baby, you know, before Sarah came along, and then, you know, she was the baby. Yeah, I was like the oldest one, so, you know, they practiced parenting on me.
Yeah.
You know, at such a young age.
Right.
Yeah.
They were babies having babies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's just different.
Because I asked you that before. I asked you, I go, you saw this stuff as a kid? Well, how about Blair? Because she's not open like me. That's what she said.
She's not.
I honestly don't know what she would do if she saw something.
She'd probably shit her pants.
Yeah. Like she always says, I don't fuck with her dad. That's what she says.
So like,
okay, well, but why is she so afraid of it though? That's what I don't get.
Yeah,
she doesn't want it to exist because
it does.
She was upset whenever we did the podcast at your place and Ricardo and Sebastian were spending the night.
Yeah,
and then there was a long hall. You've been there. There was a long hallway to his back room. They were sleeping back there. The bathroom light was on, so you could see the light. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting on the edge, looking down the hallway, and I was just constantly looking. And then I saw like the light fade, like a shadow walk past it, and I was like, "Oh crap!" The Ricardo and Sebastian are up. So he was talking. I took the headphones off, walked down the hallway. I opened the door. They're both there. And then Ricardo's looking at the bathroom, and he was like 3.
Yeah,
he was like 3 or something. And I was like, "Ricardo," I go, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "Did you see something?" He was like, "Yes." And I was like, but I don't know if he was just saying that.
Yeah.
I was like, are you okay?
Honestly, though, like, your kids don't lie to you.
No, they don't. Yeah. So that's why I was like, kind of like, I wanted to ask. I was like, did you see something? Did you see something? He was like, yes. But he was like, he had a face like,
freak him out
but he had a face like, that wasn't Uncle Robert, that wasn't Daddy, that wasn't Ash. What was that?
Who was that?
Yeah, and it was a full second of it just go out like shadow.
I've seen that before too.
Yeah,
like, in that house. Like,
but she was mad about that.
She was like upset. Like, well, are you sure they're okay? Like, did he? I was like, I don't know. Like, I asked him, but he said,
yeah, they are your children too. Of course, you're going to make sure they're safe.
Yeah, I was like, I was there, Blair. Like, I was, you know. He went to sleep right after that. He didn't have any nightmares, you know. That's the first thing we asked him, too, in the morning. Like, do you remember what happened last night? He was like, no. Like, he was like...
Oh, yeah.
So he either it blocked it out or... I don't know. Sometimes he sleeps with his eyes open, too. And it's the creepiest... You've seen it.
I have.
It's the creepiest thing. So I don't know if he was half asleep.
He could have been.
And
or
dreaming. Yeah. But I saw the shadow, and I was all like... Okay, there's something there.
I mean, there's been times I've been like in the living room watching TV. They're asleep.
They told me the story about the shoes.
Yes.
Or somebody did.
It was you talked about it, didn't you? Or
on the podcast, I think.
Yeah, because like I was sick, right?
Yeah, you were in the hospital.
I was sick in the hospital, and they were talking about my shoes were moving. But I was gonna say I've never sent anything bad there, because I know I was in the living room once. I think Ash was at a concert or something, and Ricardo and Sebastian were sleeping in like the back room. I was watching TV and stuff, and I thought Ricardo had got up. I could see in the corner of my eye somebody was walking down the hallway and then turned into the kitchen. And I go, Ricardo, because he kept getting up that night. I go, Ricardo, go back to bed. And I got up, walked over there, and there was nobody there. And I go, oh, okay. So that duplex, I think.
But it's funny, nothing happened there before.
No, it was there was a Mexican guy. I'm gonna blame the Mexicans, but there was a Mexican guy that moved in next door, because like before it was that real nice lady with her little girl. Remember Summer? Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happened. As soon as the Mexican guy came in, because he would tell me, because I don't ever go to the doctor. I go to the brujerias. That's what he says to me. I go, okay, cool. I go, hope you feel better.
Yeah.
So,
his wife was crazy.
Yeah, ever since they moved in, all this stuff started happening. So,
but it wasn't bad.
He probably like brought the spirits.
Yeah,
with them.
And they would just like come to the wall.
I've heard that they like move with furniture too.
Yes, like old furniture, like wood. Like because I've had some incidents where somebody bought like a wooden chest from Afghanistan, and they brought it back.
Oh heck no!
And
heck no.
So this one dude called me. He's in the military. He brought a chest back from Afghanistan, and he said that he was in the house with his dog. It was just him, and something with the dog was like responding to somebody in the back room barking. So he goes back there, pulls his firearm, and it's like he said it was a guy that was dressed all black, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, turn around," and this thing turns around, didn't have a face, and this thing said to him, "We are one of many," and then dissolved. And so he called me. I talked to him on the phone, and he was on a base somewhere, I think in Guillain. And I told him, I go, I can be out there this weekend. And then he never responded back to me.
I wonder if they would even let you on the base.
He would have to like put me on some kind of visitor list, and then I could get on. But I think
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I think I had to be like a close relative to do that.
Oh right.
So he just quit.
Is he still alive?
I don't know, because actually I called him. He wouldn't answer. So I think I borrowed a friend's cell phone, and I called him, and he answered because he didn't know who it was. I go, hey man, I'm trying to help you, dude, and he just hung up on me. So
dang,
it was kind of weird.
That's rude though.
It is.
How you gonna ask for like semi help and then be like, nope, never mind.
See you later.
Yeah. Yeah. Yay.
Oh, I was gonna tell you. So where I live now, right? The mother-in-law died. Okay, and she was the one that like. This is the story I've gathered from the neighbors. She was the one that like funded everything for the family, and I think it was a pretty big family. Like they had quite a few kids, but she stayed in a fifth will. You know the fifth will, the nasty one, and that was like the mother-in-law suite, right? So I'm wondering, like, did she die in the house? Did she die in the fifth will? What's the deal? And I've wanted to, like, you know, kind of like tootle around and see if I can.
Yeah.
As long as you don't use a Ouija board.
Do you have a EMF detector?
I mean, I just have that spirit box thing.
Okay. Before you leave, I'll lend you one.
All right. I mean, I can buy one.
I got 3.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
It's not like I'll never see you again.
I know, right? So, that's weird.
Right?
That is weird.
And so that fifth wheel thing, we use it for like storage. We store stuff in it, and we also after our harvest or whatever. But I mean, that fifth wheel makes me feel awkward.
Whenever you're in there?
Yes.
Like your hair stand up and
just like jumpy.
Is there any power going to it?
Is there power going to it?
Yeah, like a electrical line or
no, not
okay,
anymore.
Then you shouldn't feel that way then.
No.
I mean, Yeah.
Because I find like a lot of times when you're in an old house, old fuse boxes, like a lot of old houses they're wired and like the shield on the wiring is really thin, and so whenever there's current, it gives off a big EMF, and sometimes you feel kind of uneasy. Right. You feel like someone's watching you. Your hair stands up. You get nausea. You know, everybody acts different to it, and so a lot of older things will do that. But I was just asking if there was like power, because sometimes it'll do that. Like there's a hotel in downtown Dallas, and it's supposed to be haunted, but it's right next to the local television station. They have a big tower,
right?
So the whole side of this one hotel is bombarded with EMF. And so people think it's haunted when really it's not, but it probably is. But
yeah,
people just go, yeah, I feel like someone's.
Oh, another thing.
Remember all this stuff. Yes.
Right. There is this old bank downtown. I think it was called the Grand National Bank. Mm-hmm. And they've redone it, and it's now, I think, called the Grand National Plaza. Mm-hmm. And they have the safe for the bank in the basement or something, whatever. They've turned it into like a bar, and they have like a hotel, and then they have like where you can extended stay rent, or you can rent like an apartment rent, and all of this stuff. And I know the GM of this hotel, and I'm like, oh, I wanna come like stay in a room, but really I just wanna like
investigate.
Yeah.
Should do it.
Yeah,
I will. I mean,
you should tell us next time. We'll go up with you.
Yeah, because
we can actually do a podcast there.
Yeah,
that would be cool. I don't know if they'd let us, but that'd be.
They don't have to know.
Yeah.
We're here at the.
We just get a room and luggage and stuff.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's like super nice. Like I don't even know what to compare it to. Like that hotel that I stayed at, that you guys stayed at, whenever I came for the boy's birthday, like that. The room I stayed in was nice, but this place is like super nice. It's so like brand new.
You feel that it's haunted though, right?
Oh, it has to be.
Okay.
It's like one of the older buildings, like in downtown Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
And I mean, it was a bank, right? But now it's a hotel. I mean,
yep.
It has to be.
Neato mosquito.
Yeah. I do want to go to the Mineral Wells.
Oh, yeah.
The Mineral Wells one?
Yeah.
I've done a wedding in Mineral Wells.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure what the place is called, but it's like I don't know. They have a lot of plants. It's really pretty. They have like a venue sort of ish.
It's like a botanical garden.
Butterflies.
Okay.
I mean,
I think there's one close by there.
Is it
like
really?
Literally down the street from it? Because Amy brings it up. She's like, "Oh yeah, no, I want to go to the botanical gardens too." It's like right close by it. I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. So I did a wedding out there.
Like you're doing like the hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Or? Nice.
We stayed in a hotel in Mineral Wells somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think
we went to a bar in Mineral Wells. I mean, like I spent an entire weekend in Mineral Wells.
Yeah.
You can be our guide there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm cool like that.
Yeah. Should we take Blair on that one?
No, probably not. She doesn't fuck with the dead, remember?
Yeah, she constantly, that is her phrase.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with the dead.
And she says to us, y'all are done.
Yeah. Yeah. So whenever Sebastian really likes the paranormal stuff.
Right.
So we were bad at this. We let him watch like paranormal
caught on tape, yeah.
And he was really interested in it, but he kept having nightmares, obviously. Yeah. And he just kept saying like, "Oh yeah, there's a woman in white, and she's got a bunch of blood. She says she was going to kill me." I go, I don't remember that being on an episode. I really wish I did, so I can debunk it. I go, you woke up though, right? You opened your eyes, and she wasn't there anymore. He was like, yeah. I go, it was just a nightmare, buddy. It was just a nightmare. But when she caught wind of that, she was no, I don't want him watching that. Y'all need to stop watching that. I don't fuck with the dead. Blah blah blah. I don't fuck with the dead. He doesn't fuck with the dead. No one fucks with the dead. I'm like, okay.
There was a time where like Steven will call me sometimes and says, "Hey man, can you get on the camera and just tell the boys to go to sleep?" Because like I go, okay, and so I'll tell them, I go, you guys need to go to sleep. I'm not telling you anymore. And they they'll like listen to me.
Yeah, because you're not dad.
Yeah. So and then like a couple times I would log in and check on them sleeping, and I'd see orbs in there, like flying around, and I go, Steven. I called Steven. I go, are there any bugs in the house? Are there any flies?
He goes, that was so weird. I was like, no. They freak the fuck out if they saw bugs.
And I go,
oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And I go,
freak out.
I go, can you look at the camera? Because it looks like there's orbs. And these orbs were like moving, stopping, moving, stopping, and then getting out of the way. And like, oh God, oh no. And so Steven was looking at it and goes, yeah, they kind of look like orbs. So then I think I came over that weekend. I brought a bunch of gear, and we looked at it again, and we didn't see it again. So...
yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of.
I don't know if it was. Yeah, knock on wood. But yeah, I remember seeing that. And I was like, oh no. There was this one time when they were asleep, or they were trying to go to sleep, and they were acting up, and then I was like, go to bed. I can't remember if it was their camera or the Alexa, but someone came through and it was just screaming.
Yeah.
And I heard it. And I go, what the heck is that? And then I heard both of them scream their souls out, screaming, coming out of the room, like, something's wrong with the camera. Like, they were screaming, and I was like, okay, all right. And then, but whenever I got to close to the door, it stopped.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't know if it was picking up a walkie-talkie or it was, but I remember hearing the scream, and it was bad, like a really bad scream.
That's bad.
Yeah. And I think that was whenever you called me and you go, hey, what happened? And I think you checked on the camera too at the same time. And I was like, did you hear the scream? And you were like, no, I didn't hear it. I just saw them running out the bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you accidentally press the mic?
No, I for some reason, I don't know why, I just like logged into it. I don't know. I think I just.
You remember that, all right?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that. It was just kind of weird.
Yeah. I remember hearing that, and then I didn't really tell Blair what I heard. So she's gonna hear this.
She's gonna hear this now.
I told you not to fuck with the dead.
Right.
It wasn't really the dead. It was a static.
She hit you with the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dirt nap.
Yeah. But has that ever happened to you, Cassandra? Because you have a lot of Alexas in the house, and
no,
like nothing interfered with it. You're in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, of course it's not gonna.
Yeah, no, it's tripping me out being here because I hear all these sounds. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, it's just apartment.
I'm not used to sounds.
Yeah, there's kids up there too, so you'll hear that dun 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 dun. But yeah, no, it's because we're just talking about it, and then you're all like,
it happens. I
know. But that happened, and I was all like, I was really concerned, and I was like, I think I was sitting right by the door just to make sure I didn't hear. Because if it's not that, it's someone fucking hacking that shit. That's like my number.
Yeah.
One fear. Everyone's number one fear on that, and I don't want that happening to them. So,
that's terrible.
But yeah, I unplugged it. I told them, look, I unplugged it. I'm plugging it back in. It should reboot. Everything's fine. I go, Alexa's playing music, and I kept asking them. I go, was it the Alexa, or was the music still playing? And they was like, no, it was the camera. I go, oh crap. So I don't know. I don't know what it was. It only happened that one time, and
I think I've heard a couple stories of Alexa. Like the app, like laughing at people, like just laughing for no reason. It's like a evil laugh, and they try to they turn it off, turn it back on, and it's okay. But
I have an Alexa in every room of my house.
That's what I said. I go, have you heard anything? And she's
I've never heard anything weird.
For some reason, I'm real superstitious. I've changed the name to Alexa, so I go with Amazon. I say, hey Amazon, turn on, or hey, I don't use Alexa. I just use they give you three options: Amazon, Alexa, or computer. Oh. And so you can go like to the settings and change it. You can change each one,
right?
So they don't hear you and they all do the same thing. I'm a nerd that way, and so I go Amazon, and I go Amazon, dude. It's like, I don't know.
I think you had it set up for a computer.
I had it for a while, but then I changed it because I think Isaiah kept coming in and doing it whenever I wasn't there. So I said, okay, I'm going to change it. We're going Amazon.
Stick with Amazon. But yeah, I'm not saying it to try to creep you out, but it.
No, I know.
There's always like those stories. I'm like, that I hope that doesn't happen to me. I swear to God, I'm gonna be so pissed. But that happened. I was like, it was loud. So I can imagine they had every right to be scared shitless there because they're trying to go to bed. They were trying to go to bed, but they just kept talking to each other, laughing, Right. And then hearing that full blast. If I can hear it in that room, and I think we were watching Big Brother, and Blair had it up real loud, and then I'm hearing like they're talking about we're gonna vote this person. You just hear that, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then that's when I heard the boys screaming.
They bolted out.
Yeah, they bolted out, and I was already there by the doorway, and I go, are you okay? What's going on? And then they were, that's what they told me, and I was like,
when you got to the door, it stopped.
It stopped, yeah. But it was a good 3-4 seconds because when I heard it, I go, what is that?
What's that sound?
And I looked at Blair, and she was just like looking at the TV. She didn't even hear it. And
she's gonna get mad at us right now.
She goes, I don't remember that. I go, oh, you were probably drunk. No. She was really into Big Brother, so
it's like her show.
Yeah, it is. It's her show. So
if it's Celebrity Big Brother, good lord,
yeah. Jesus Christ. But yeah,
it's funny because even Matt makes fun of her now.
Oh my god.
He was all like, he goes, I can't. She doesn't. I don't know her that well to do it, but was she drunk? Like. I was like, yeah. Man,
oh my god, it's so funny.
She's like, I've been sober since December.
I know. I don't even know why she says that. Like, you never had a drinking problem to begin with.
It makes it worse.
I know.
I think she said it on the podcast too.
Yeah.
Like, I've been sober since December. Okay, poor Steven. Good for him. Good for her.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna on the record say Blair does not have a drinking problem.
She does not.
We just make fun of her.
It's just funny.
That's our shtick. We just do that.
And she doesn't even care. That's what's great.
Yeah, that's just. Y'all are done. I can't believe y'all. How could y'all? Y'all are done.
Y'all are done.
Yeah. But is there anything you remember that happened whenever you were a kid that maybe something happened to Blair too, but she didn't notice it?
Did you ever tell her that you were going through this stuff, or
no?
Because she'd freak out.
Dude, she's always.
She'd write it down though, right? She'd write it down though, right?
Yeah, and put it on a school project paper and like a folder, like a book.
Like Blair?
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to report on everybody, right?
Well, did you
Cassandra
ever...
met the devil today, just 7:27 p.m.
Yeah.
So none of that ever happened to Blair?
I don't think so.
Did she ever say that she saw something or?
I don't think so.
No. Dang. So I was kind of hoping I think if people are not open to it, that's what they attract.
Yeah.
It'll.
Sarah, though, have you ever talked to Sarah about paranormal stuff?
No.
You should.
Okay.
Because so she swears if you have 3 freckles in a row, then you are ancestors to witchy people.
3 freckles in a specific body part? Or?
Anywhere on your body.
Oh, well.
Lined up in a row?
Yeah.
Weird.
And I was telling my neighbor, I'm not going to say her name, but I was telling my neighbor yesterday.
Say her name.
And she was like, oh my god, I have 3 freckles in a row. And guess what? One of the witches burned at stake. I am actually directly related to that person. I'm like,
wow.
Maybe she has some for real stuff behind her little 3 freckles in a row. But apparently I have it somewhere and she has it. And maybe that's why we're that. But Blair, she should be too, but she's not.
Yeah.
So
it just makes me wonder because
because I tell people all the time, if you wish that or you want, because a lot of people say, I wish I could see this. I go, if you want it, it's a door that you open and you can't close.
You can't close.
Right.
No.
So,
and anything, not just good ghosts.
Yeah,
or
anything
scary ghosts. It's evil stuff.
Right. And this past time that Sarah came to my house, she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cool. This, that, the other. You are a witch." I'm like, dude, don't say that in front of my kids.
You're a witch?
Yeah, because I'm gonna rub essential oils all over myself or my kids before I'm gonna give them medicine. That's just how I roll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try.
I don't think that's witch or witchy.
I
just think it's
because
it's like Reiki. It's like Reiki, right?
You could say the same shit with doctors and surgeons.
Yeah,
we're doing witchcraft. No, they're doing science or
whenever
what they're trained to do.
Whenever I got hurt as a kid, I didn't have they didn't. My mom didn't give me aspirin. She got like Volcanico and put it on me.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
But I mean, my parents weren't like that. So where did that come from?
I don't know, culture. I don't know. Maybe you saw it and
Where though?
I don't know.
Because I was like that far before I was married to my Mexican husband, who was like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you had it in a past life. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Or I have
Or you read about it, maybe.
ancestors that are witches.
or you have a spirit guide that tells you to do
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Maybe Blair's a witch. I mean, because that's based on the movie. So
She's what?
she's a witch because of the Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
Blair
yeah.
Witch
Yeah.
Project.
So and then her name is Blair. So.
Yeah.
And then what is the Latin thing or the name? The meaning behind Blair is Plainfield.
Playing field?
It's just like a plain field.
Oh, playing field.
Like just a plain field. It's nothing strong or anything.
We're gonna have to title this episode Blair.
Yeah.
She's cool, though.
Yeah, she is.
Blair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her.
I'm happy to be here, too.
Yeah.
We'll do this and, like, spend time with y'all.
Yeah. We're happy that you're here too.
Too sweet.
Yeah. And we're happy that you're on the show. Now you can brag about it like I was on the show.
I got a lot of like family members that have been begging me to come on the show, and I've been telling them no. So
Are they going to be mad?
maybe, but they'll be alright.
Who's you can tell me off show.
You're just, like, biased because they're your family members, maybe.
Because like my mom has a bunch of stories, and she's been on the show,
Oh, yeah.
and she had a Bigfoot incident. She didn't even know about it.
I've listened to the episodes with your mom.
You should, because she's actually called in a couple.
Oh, really?
Like I was doing a show, and she called, and I go, I got to answer. I go, hey mom, and she goes, hey, and I go, no, we're doing a show. You're on the show right now. So
Okay. Did you talk to David?
yeah, she'll say, because
No,
she
I
goes,
have not.
she goes, have you talked to your brother? I go, mom, we're doing a show.
Yeah.
So she said
How
hi.
many siblings do you have?
I have 5 brothers. Got 1 sister now. So
Yeah, I mean, she's had so many kids.
yeah, she's had a lot of paranormal stuff, and like my grandfather had a bunch of paranormal stuff. So it filled up a whole show. I could probably still go in like another show with her,
Right.
but she didn't want to do it anymore. So but
You should, though. You should
Yeah.
convince her.
yeah, I got to get her back on. I'd rather have her here and do it because like
I'm Catholic. You know, like, I believe in Catholicism, blah, blah, blah. Right. So whenever I was doing the Journey of Faith class, which is the class you have to do as an adult to, like, finish your sacraments to be, like, right with the church or whatever, they, like, skipped over the whole exorcism thing. And I was like, excuse me, I have a question. Who does exorcisms here? And they're like, we're not allowed to tell you. Why?
seriously,
Yeah, no, it's a secret.
why?
Because they don't want anyone to treat that priest differently. But
wow.
for the simple fact that the Catholic Church has a designated priest in each area to do exorcisms, like,
That's kind of weird.
is it weird?
I don't know.
What are you trying to get at right here? I feel like you're trying to do. Like
I mean, exorcisms are a real thing.
yeah.
No,
I don't.
that part I do not fuck with. I will stay away from it. And
I
if
just-
it's-
But I mean, like, the Catholic Church, like, they acknowledge it and they do something about it.
I just think it's weird to keep it secret, though. I don't
No,
know.
they keep secret who does the exorcisms. It's not a secret that they do them.
Okay.
they just don't want to.
They just want to protect the priest that actually
She does.
Does
yeah.
it? So okay. So they don't point him and goes, "Hey, that's exorcist priest."
You
Yeah.
only find out, and you don't want to find out.
Yeah.
If you know who does them, like, you're not going to tell anyone who does, like, who it is, because, like, there's an exorcism.
Oh, I just feel like if you-
exorcism happening in your home. You know what I'm
if
saying?
you knew, that means that there's something that's
or
happening.
it's you know,
Yeah,
or it's
someone
you.
you know closely, and you don't want to. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't want to tell
Because people
that.
don't, for some reason, they'll be like, oh, they're acting, you
Yeah.
know, or like, I don't believe in that shit. I'm like, okay,
So
that's great.
that
but-
is why I have a hard time watching, like, anything that has to do with exorcism.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they are real, and I'm not watching that shit.
No, I agree.
That's where I do draw a line.
Yeah, you know, I'm the same place.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't watch that either, do you?
No, I don't.
Like, what is the one popular movie?
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
Is it The Exorcist?
Yeah, that will always be top.
Mm.
I can't. I've seen it once and seen them all.
Gosh.
I've yet to see it.
There was this one time when I was pregnant with Katerina, her dad, and I watched this movie about, I don't know, but they were like collecting pregnant women to like sacrifice their babies when they were born.
No.
That's
Like,
The Unborn. Is it The Unborn?
I don't
think
know.
it's The Unborn.
I was literally terrified. I like slept like this.
They need 6
And I was like
pregnant women.
big pregnant.
She's
you know? And
she's
I was,
clenching.
like,
She's clenching her
sleeping,
stomach right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking my baby.
Yeah, I think I know it. Yeah, I've just read the synopsis. I go, nope, not.
Yeah, that was a terrible movie.
No, I don't watch those either. So I'm with you on
Never
that one.
again.
So
Yeah, no.
man.
I did, however, watch that like super old, low budget Bigfoot film.
Legend of Boggy Creek.
Maybe.
What was in it? Or can you describe some of it to us?
I mean, you talked about it on the show.
It's got to be Legend of Boggy Creek.
Lucky Legend, but yeah, that came out in '75, and
I can't even remember how I found it. Like,
they had like country music in it.
probably.
This is where the creature goes. Something. No, I forgot what he says with that.
Yeah.
That's your favorite song, right?
Yeah, actually, that movie I saw it in the movie theaters when I was a kid, and it got me down the path of Bigfoot
Right.
stuff. So
You've never
Yeah.
seen The Exorcist?
no,
Yeah, you don't want to.
my grandma never let me do it.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terrible.
yeah.
Like, no, it's I can't.
I don't even like thinking about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not think about it no more.
Yes. Bigfoot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's hairy.
You think Bigfoot? We
Smelly.
actually talked about that. Not jokingly, like Bigfoot's being possessed,
Yeah,
and we actually were like, "Oh crap, that is possible."
there's a lady that goes on that Sarah Bignaw show, Yowie Central, and
Oh,
she's.
I listened to your
Did-
podcast with her last.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like that one?
Uh huh.
Yeah, she's a really great lady. I was supposed
Yeah.
to be on her show, and if I do, that's big time.
Yeah.
So,
Super awesome.
but she was talking to somebody that believed that Bigfoots could be possessed by demons.
You know. Yeah.
Because like she claims that the ones that people see, the ones with the red eyes, are the ones that have demons.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
Oh, wait. Who was that one guy that your friend interviewed that was like totally on acid?
Oh, you know which one? The guy that was going from point A to point B. Blah blah blah. blah.
oh yeah, you're talking about what is his name? Connor Flynn.
I want to meet that dude.
That dude's everywhere.
I want
man.
to try to like understand where he's coming from.
He messaged me on Instagram before I got sick, and I didn't know who he was. He was
Right.
he was going by Bigfoot Anonymous, and I didn't know who he was. And I asked Matt, because Matt knows a lot of people. I know a lot of people. So the people he doesn't know, he asked me, and the people I don't know, I asked Matt. And I go, "Do you know what Bigfoot Anonymous is?" He goes, "I have no clue." And so I heard him on another show. I'm not gonna say who the show is, but he's all over the place. He's like, I go, "Oh my god!" I go, "That guy can't
He's
even."
like written books, and
Yeah.
you can buy them on Amazon. I meant to look them up, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
He's
I
got-
wonder how expensive they are.
He's got a big following on TikTok too.
Yeah,
right?
he's got a big following on TikTok. I think like over 1 million people.
Right.
So, yeah,
Jeez.
but he asked to be on like the show like before I got sick, and I messaged him back because I'm at the time I hate to sound like a snob or something, but I told him I don't know you, so I'm not
Right.
going to ask you to be on the show because I've tried to interview people before that I didn't know, and one of the guys that I was going to interview was sexually harassing some of his people, and they reached out to me before I interviewed him, and he goes, "Yeah, he's doing all this stuff," and I go, "Nope, I'm not doing it." So I'm kind of like not want to interview people I don't know,
Right.
and so he's one of the people I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's about because he travels all over the states.
I want to interview him.
Do you?
Can I borrow your setup here?
Yeah, sure. You can be an honorary member of Bigfoot Club and I'll interview for
Yeah.
us. Because
Right.
I just told him, I go, "I don't know you, dude. Sorry."
But I think I would be like, take a breath.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. What did you just say?
We're
know.
gonna focus on one subject.
Yeah, we're gonna break this shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, get your sippy
Because
cup.
we're talking about
Yeah.
UFOs, and all of a sudden you went to John F. Kennedy. Okay,
Right,
come
like-
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his enthusiasm was me in 99.
Right.
99, 98. I was just enthusiasm. I go, I'm going to prove it exists. Yeah, I'm going to document stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing all that stuff like 2011. Oh, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you get burned out because like the Bigfoot community, I hate to say it, but they're really negative. They're very negative, and the paranormal community is very negative too. And so I'm past trying to prove it exists. I just want to talk to people who want that experience or had that experience, want to share it, or people just having a hard time coping with it. So that's kind of where I'm at about it. So I tell people all the time, I'm kind of like the Sports Illustrated of the crypto world, the paranormal world.
Right.
So I don't.
What did you start calling yourself the other day?
It's
Cryptid sports entertainers.
Yeah.
no, you gotta say cryptid sports entertainers.
Yeah.
I like that.
Lord. Because
So-
no, we're not podcasters. We're cryptid sports entertainers.
I like it.
Thanks.
Why do we sound Chicano for?
I don't know because we got pizzazz. I don't know.
No. Possessed? What?
Possess?
Yeah.
Pizzazz.
Oh. I was like, no, dude.
I thought
So
we weren't talking about being possessed.
No.
so we've been going a minute and 19 seconds.
Yeah, we're.
I think I think we can do a show with this.
Cassandra, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
You
I
want to
don't
add?
know. I was trying to. Like,
I know we were
Did
putting you
I
on the
ever
spot.
finish my thought process of the lady that lives on the farm, Texas, Oklahoma?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to start over?
Yes. Start over.
Okay. So a client of mine, her mother-in-law lives on a farm that's address Oklahoma, grocery shops in Texas. And she says that there are Bigfoot there.
Right.
And she's just really open about it, I don't go outside after dark unless I have to. I just don't mess with it. It doesn't mess with me. But she was telling me, she says it smells really bad.
Okay. Alpha male. Okay.
Sometimes, because they're cattle ranchers, farmers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the difference is. They have cows, they have chickens, they grow food, they do all the stuff that I do on just a super larger level.
Larger level. Okay.
And she was like, yeah, we just coexist with it.
I've heard that before too.
What?
Yeah.
Like coexist with it,
Yeah. So did she say that some of her animals get taken, or?
I don't know. But honestly, though, when you have 500 cows and a baby cow goes missing, was it a coyote or was it a Bigfoot?
Right.
How do you know?
Right.
Or was it Dogman?
That's true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a chupacabra?
Yeah. I think if it's coyote, you'd see remnants of it, pieces of it.
Okay, explain this. Yesterday morning,
Mm-hmm.
we let the dog out at 5:45, 5:30. And we don't normally let the dogs go out when it's that early, when it's still dark outside, because they chase after things. But the dog got let out, chased after something. Jesse had to track him on the app, go and find him, bring him back home. It's a whole thing when he does this. And he thought that he was chasing after this cat, but the cat was still laying there. And then he came back to the cat later in the day, and the cat was dead. And he's like, what was he chasing off?
Yeah.
Was it a coyote? Was it another dog? What was it? But my dog was trying to save that cat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But he was just too late.
Oh no!
I wonder what he was chasing.
I know.
How did the cat look?
I didn't look. That kind of, I can't do that. That makes me sad.
Oh, okay.
What did Jesse say?
He just said that, it was dead. It wasn't mutilated, torn apart, but it was dead. And honestly, part of the problem was we didn't know whose cat it was. So we were like, oh, do we tell the people across the street, hey, our dog might have hurt your cat? We're not sure.
Oh.
Right.
But
I hope they don't listen to the podcast.
no, they don't. We went over.
Dang it.
We did go over there and talk to him about it, and he was like, "Oh, it's a stray cat. We feed her, you know. Like, thanks for telling us what happened." And the dude's like, "Super country, probably just coyote, you know."
Yeah.
Like
That's good impression.
That's pretty good.
yeah, like was it though?
It was a good impression.
No, that was
Oh.
Was it a coyote?
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think what we probably can figure out, just ask Jesse, how did the cat look? What is missing limbs, any parts?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So
Just
it
like
was dead.
blood? Maybe just blood?
No, I don't even think there was blood.
That's weird. That's
But also, we have copperheads. We've killed 3 this year.
okay.
We have like a lot of other things that could have potentially hurt it. We have scorpions,
Wow.
spiders. I mean, what?
I don't know why I'm looking at Steve.
I don't know.
I mean, we live in the country, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Make sure.
Whenever I was in Oklahoma or in Texas last, at my house, a bull showed up in my yard,
Really?
in my front yard. I was like, I miss all the cool things. Like throwing a fit, just like shut up. He's like, it happened when you weren't here because your stupid ass would have gone out there trying to like pet it,
Or something?
get trampled.
Oh, Lord.
That's scary though.
That is scary.
I wouldn't have been scared of it.
I don't know.
The idea of it that massive, and then it's near the kids. I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Well, there were no kids
Yeah,
there.
luckily, yeah. But either way, for your safety,
Right.
yeah.
It's a good thing I wasn't there.
And then you weren't wearing any red.
I mean, I wasn't there.
Oh, but yeah.
do you have any red?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sooner red? Sooner more
Oh,
red?
no. I'm like, go Pokes.
All right. Okay.
Although I'm considering finishing my degree at OU. We'll see.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about before we get off? Or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You got any shout outs you want to do?
No.
No shout outs at all?
Steven, you have any shout outs?
Blair, I love you.
We've-
Oh, yeah.
don't
we've
kill
done a
me.
lot.
Okay,
We've done a lot.
shout out to Blair for taking all the kids to the pool.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why it's so quiet
Basically
right now.
by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Her friend is there now, but she wasn't at first.
Right. Okay.
Kristen's here?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
How about Pie Master?
I don't think she's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cassandra, thank you so much. I don't know why I'm saying like that. Cassandra.
Yeah. Cassandra.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for traveling all this way. I know you're saying you didn't come over just to do the show, but in case you did, thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Blair says that you did.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But it's better. It's honestly better over the phone. So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie on that. And you get to see the setup
Yeah,
too.
if you want
Yeah,
to, if you want to come back on the show, you could totally come back on. Just use the Jabber headset, and we can
Right.
FaceTime you or
if you want to drive over here again. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that too.
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
But
so
the pool won't be open, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
yeah, you're more than welcome to come back on, or you can want to be a regular. I don't care because the more the merrier.
Mm-hmm.
We always get Matt on, and I'm trying to get Logan on more, but that guy's never available.
He's too busy dissing on Stranger Things
Oh yeah, that's right, and TikToking
and drinking Fago.
and TikToking.
Fago.
Yeah, he loves Fago.
Weirdo.
Yeah, he
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
No,
you're good.
he is weird. He is weird because he likes to dislike everything. Whatever, like everybody likes, he dislikes it.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's just his shtick.
Pizza. No, man. It's all
Yeah.
about spaghetti, man.
Who doesn't like pizza?
No, I'm just saying, like, an example, he would do that.
Jeez.
iPhones. I got a me phone. Oh, iPhone.
Logan, we love you. Sorry,
Yeah, we do love you, man. We got to take a jab every now and then at you.
he's a good dude though. He's
He
funny.
is a good dude.
He's the most wanted guy in Arkansas. So
Oh, yeah. I think I listened to that one.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we have a property in Arkansas.
do you really?
Yeah, that place. There could be Bigfoot there.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And
doubt
we
it.
just bought a property in Colorado, so I'm like super
What the hell?
stoked to like go see that.
Any particular reason why Colorado?
Jesse's brother lives in Colorado, and also we really love Colorado.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some investigating that.
hunting.
Yeah, your properties.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
there's Bigfoot in Colorado, right?
Of course,
they
yeah.
They toke it up over there
Yeah,
too.
they took
So
it above
the
there.
Colorado one is like at the foothills.
Nice.
And then the Arkansas one is right before the Ozark National Forest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, you know, where I live is by Lake Thunderbird.
Yeah. So
Totally Bigfoot territory.
So you're like
All
just
of them.
so you're more than welcome to come back on whenever you want, and I'd love to have you back on, and that way we don't do shout out, we just talk to you.
Exactly. Shout out to Cassandra for being here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I guess it's time to go swimming. You want to go swimming with us, Uncle Robert?
No. No, I do not. But I'll go out there. I won't swim, but I'll go out there.
You have Sebastian and Ricardo thing on there?
Hold on, I do.
Too sweet.
That's Sebastian.
Too sweet. Bigfoot Club for life, homie.
So
Bigfoot is real, man.
he's really good about doing sound bites. He wants to do them all the time.
Your house is haunted. Where's your house is haunted one?
Let's see here. There it is.
Your house is haunted, homie.
Oh Lord.
You ain't
He's
got
funny.
nothing on me, playa.
You ain't got nothing on me.
Ricardo, we try to get Ricardo to record, but he laughs.
He
for
laughs
everything.
while he's doing it. I go,
That is so funny.
come on, dude.
Come on, just read this line. He's like, but Sebastian's like ready. Like that's what I said. I think he's going to be in theater arts.
I think so too.
Katerina, she would probably do some for you.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah. Hayes, he would probably laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still kind of young.
He's like, hey, say this line. Why?
Yeah, that's Hayes.
Hey, just read this. No, I can't read it. Just say this. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think I love it so much that he eats catfish.
Yeah.
He eats different things all the time.
Man, if I would have known you were like actually going to stay and hang out, I would have been like, let's make some catfish.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
I'm a good cook, y'all.
I believe you.
I like catfish. I like catfish. I wish.
I love catfish.
I didn't see the boys eat the catfish, so whenever Blair told me that, I go, how? What do you mean they ate it? They took one bite and be like, yeah, it's good. And then they don't eat it again. She's like, no, they ate a whole strip.
See,
whole
you
strip.
just
I'm
have to
like-
figure out what they like, and then if they're like, what is this? Be like, it's whatever you like. It's whatever you want it to be.
It's
Yeah.
chicken. You want to try chicken?
I mean, I've gotten to the point where I've shown them videos because they don't want to eat eggs. I've shown them videos of cupcakes, making cupcakes.
Yeah.
What's in them? Eggs.
Eggs.
You know, cake. What's in it? Eggs. Spaghetti.
Pancakes.
What's in it? Eggs.
Yeah.
So, but they do this thing to me. I didn't know I was doing it. But every time I want them to try them to eat something
You
else,
did it with me too.
I did it with Steve when he was little too. I'd give him something. I'd go and like
Inch it like close to your mind. Like,
I do it. I guess I did. I never knew I did it. And like Sebastian was doing it to me. He was giving me some food. He was going. I go. What are you doing? He goes. That's what you do, Uncle Robert. And I looked at Steven and he goes, you do that.
That is so funny.
yeah, they notice.
My
shit
kids,
like
I'm
that.
just like, it's deer meat.
Yeah.
I made some rotel dip. You know, normally I'd make it like put deer meat in it or pork sausage, or our neighbors, they put deer meat in it. So
Yeah.
every time I go to their house, I'm good. I'm like, it's okay. It's deer meat. You'll like it. But the other day I made some and I put pork sausage in it, and it was the maple kind. I thought it was the spicy kind.
Yeah.
It was the maple kind.
So it's real sweet.
Yeah, and I was like, it's okay, it's deer meat. She said, it tastes like breakfast. I'm like, okay. All right.
Tastes like breakfast.
I love that.
That's
Fair
good.
enough.
Yeah, maple sausage is good.
Hey man, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
Breakfast in my dip.
yeah,
It was pretty
exactly.
bomb.
I bet it was. But yeah, I can't wait to see them eat catfish. I
Hey,
guess.
you're really funny, man.
Oh, thanks.
I told you this already. I know you don't get my humor at first.
No, I mean, I do. I'm just like,
Blair doesn't.
99% of the time, always just like have to be watching children.
Yeah.
And serious and. make
Wait,
sure they
where
don't
is
die.
Katerina?
She went swimming.
Oh, she went.
finally.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait, where did she go?
Sometimes she just needs a little timeout.
I wish I can get that.
Yeah, she's ADHD, you know, and she gets overstimulated.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, she just needed to like be by herself for a little bit, and then she decided she was hungry, and then she's like, okay, I'll go play.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, because like I'm always messaging Cassandra, and whatever she tells me, I say back to her face all the time.
And she's probably like,
and Blair
"Fuck."
and Blair goes, she's not going to understand that, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh god.
She gets Yeah, she's like, I don't understand Robert's humor. I go, I am a legit carbon copy of Robert's humor.
Right.
So if you don't understand his humor, you don't understand mine. She goes, well,
I don't know.
yours is different. Like, your delivery is like, I go, no.
Yeah.
Like, she, for the longest time, she thought, like, when she would call Steven, I would answer it.
Oh, yeah.
And I would go, hello.
I don't know why you make me sound like I'm stuffy all the time.
And like,
hello.
I would always go, hi, this is Steven.
I would never say that. That is a perfect example.
And then she'll go, hey, baby, wait, hold on. Why are you saying your name?
This is Steven. Yeah, but he did that with all my friends that called.
Yeah.
Right.
And they would be like, yeah, this is Steven. I'm just doing homework. I would never fucking say that.
Did you even do your homework?
I mean, yeah, sure, I did.
Didn't my friend Jason call you one time?
He thought I was Robert. He was like, hey, man, you want to come over here? We got the boxing match. We got some bitches over. You can get some pussy. I'm like,
What the fuck?
I was like 10. I was 10 years old. I was like, wait. He goes, yeah, man, we got drinks over here too, man. Why don't you come? I go, hold on. Let me give you to Uncle Robert. Oh, shit. My bad, Steven. My bad. I was like, hey,
Your friend.
pussy or something. I don't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant at the time. I was like, pussy. Oh, cats? Yeah.
I go, hey, dude, what the hell you doing talking to my nephew that way? I thought it was you, dude.
Why does he sound like that? Oh, Lord.
It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, make sure you leave that in there.
Yeah, like whenever my mom calls, she can't tell us apart either. So,
Yeah.
So
Blair says the same thing. Like, y'all sound exactly the same. Or whenever we say the same thing at the same time, she's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
She gets all mad. Like, what the fuck was that?
So we're in tune, I guess. So
because I think Ricardo said it the other day. I was like, like my stomach hurts. I go, yeah, or I'm sick, and we're like, yeah. We both said it at the same time. Yeah, sick of your attitude. In sync, like just said it at the same time, and Blair was like, the fuck. Who said that? It was both of us.
Yeah, we say it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we can be funny sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just how we roll.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think we can do an episode of this.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be it's going to be an hour. I mean, a minute and 35 seconds. So
yeah.
So all right, I think we probably need to shut it down here. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we're going to just keep laughing and talking. So
yeah, talk about Blair.
But anyway, again, Cassandra, thank you. Cassandra, thank you for coming on
Thank you for coming on the show. You can brag about it now and say like, yeah, I was on the show.
Yeah, right.
I was on the show, so you can listen to this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna probably tell it Cassandra.
Yeah.
Hey, Cassandra.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna name it Blair.
We could. I mean, we talked more about Blair than we did anything else, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah. I usually do. I figure it out as I go. So as I'm editing. So
or you can name it AirPod and Ketchup.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're probably gonna like start smelling.
What?
The AirPod.
Dropped my AirPods in
ketchup.
Dang,
nice.
Man. And you didn't eat it?
No.
Nice.
I tried to clean them.
Okay. Thanks for everybody for listening. Please go to our website www.bigfootclubpodcast.com. Check out our bios, buy some merch, listen to old episodes. Go to our social media at Bigfoot Club #1. That's Bigfoot Club #1. If you want to email us any stories, anything that you want to reach out to us at bigfootclub1@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody.